Hello, it's Ari, and today is February 16th, and as of yesterday, I will have been on testosterone for 5 months, and I can't believe it because it's almost been half a year, and that's incredible. I'm completely thrilled about this. It's just been amazing so far, and I still can't believe I made it this far, actually. Um, but, I'm pretty happy, and I just want to talk about what's been going on for the last month. Um, Changes wise and just like life updates as well. Um, but first of all, I'll go over what's happened this last month. Um, I've noticed a lot more hair. Um, the hair is getting darker and longer. My thigh hair is not as crazy as my lower leg hair, but it's still trying to catch up. And all the patchy areas are now kind of filling in. My chest and stomach hair have both also increased. I have like a line of hair going from my chest down to my belly, so the happy trails just keeps growing. What else? And I've noticed more facial hair as well. Like, my sideburns are crazy. They're kind of more stubbly now rather than just soft hair, and I feel like beneath my chin it's also getting a little more rough and stubbly. But other than that, it's really just along my jawline that I have dark but short hairs, and then my chin I have like a triangle of short but kind of dark hairs starting to appear, and then the usual, like, the hairs I've had this whole time. The 5 or 6 hairs that I've had since like 3 months or something like that have just gotten longer and darker, and I mess around with my chin hair a lot now. I can actually like feel it rubbing against my clothing and stuff like that. And I really should shave my sideburns to see how long it takes to grow back, but this whole time I like seeing the facial hair, and if I don't shave it, I can see how far it really is growing, and paying attention to that because I like my facial hair. My upper lip is just looking really, really nasty a lot of the time. I try to shave it every few days because the hair just keeps getting darker, but it's not dark enough to actually look like a sustainable mustache, so I don't bother with it. I also feel as if the hair around my temples has gotten a little lighter, so I don't know if like my hairline's gonna start framing my face more square. I don't know, it already kind of looks kind of square, but then again, I did get my hair cut last week. And I actually specifically asked to have my hair cut more square. So, what else is happening? Body-wise, I feel like I've gotten a lot thicker, I guess, but in a more masculine way. Like, my hands have thickened. I got this leather strap back in May, and it would practically fall off my wrist. But now it's nice and snug and doesn't move around as much, so I can actually wear it and not worry about it falling off. What else has happened? My shoulders are still like getting broader and stuff like that. I also feel like my thigh muscles are starting to be more defined as well. And I also, this kind of sucks, but I mean, I really can't complain because my diet's really bad, but it seems a lot of my weight is starting to settle on like my stomach, the front of my stomach, rather than like my hips or anywhere else. So I have to do a lot more core work, planks and stuff like that, and stop eating all the sugary food, because I want at least a flat stomach. I don't like my pudge. I'm gonna get rid of that. But yeah, what else has happened? I didn't mention this with the body hair part, but my arm hair and my hand hair has also gotten darker. Like the hair on my thumbs is now black, and there's more dark hairs on the edge of my hands right here, and I'm seeing more hair creeping up my arm, like longer and darker, and then some hairs on my shoulders, and there's a little bit of fuzz on my back. So yeah, basically everywhere is covered with at least like fuzz. Some areas have like a lot of hair. My voice hasn't really, I mean, I guess it's different from last month, but it hasn't been dropping as frequently as it was before. I think it kind of settles for a little longer now, but it does still, I only have one instance where it cracked, and it was really random. I thought I was done with that because I hadn't had a voice crack in like a month, and then it just suddenly creaked back up. So I know my voice isn't finished dropping at all, but it's definitely very deep. I do still feel like this is just me over analyzing how I act, but sometimes I feel like some of the things I say comes off a little more feminine than I would like it to. But a lot of the times that just happens at work when I'm around my coworkers, so it's really not that big a deal. I don't do it around strangers or anything like that. So eventually I'll just have to work on trying to not sound too feminine when I speak. I think that's about it for the changes, honestly. Other than that, I found out some awesome news about my top surgery. It turns out that through my dad's work, I can get the surgery covered, at least some percentage of it covered, so that I only have to pay like $1,500 compared to $8,000. So that takes a very big load off my shoulders. So I'm going to work towards jumping through all my insurance agency's hoops, and hopefully, I have a feeling I probably have to wait until I've been on testosterone, wow, that was weird, testosterone for a year before I can have my surgery. So I'm hoping that I will have a surgery date set up in September, maybe November or October, but I have to send a history form to Dr. Medalai, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's in Cleveland. He's a top-rated surgeon, and the form of liposuction that he does is kind of aesthetically pleasing to how I would want my chest to look. I'm thinking like a lot about this stuff since before I started testosterone, so I've done all my research, and I'm pretty confident that he's the doctor I want to go to. So I have to he has experience performing predeterminations with other trans men with health insurance, so that also is kind of very helpful because I've never done this before. So it's nice to have a surgeon who has experience with that and can kind of help me with that. So yeah, hopefully my insurance will accept me. And it is through New York City, and I believe they just banned any insurances from denying health care to trans individuals. So I have my fingers crossed that they will accept it, and I won't have to spend $8,000, and I can get the surgery by the end of this year. That is my plan, and it has been my plan since I started testosterone. It's really freaking exciting that this is possible. It might just be possible. I don't want to get my hopes up because I feel like that's going to jinx it, but you know what? I don't know. I just want to... It feels better. It feels better knowing that there is a point in the future, nearby future, that I might be able to have surgery, and that feels awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff to do. I have a lot of forms to fill out, and not just for my surgery, but I want to get my name changed and all that stuff. I really need to get my ball rolling on that stuff because I can't put it off any longer. I hate showing my driver's license to people. and it's just ridiculous because I know I pass. I know I look and I sound like a man, but then the second they ask for my driver's license, they're gonna see my pre-T video, or no, ugh, my pre-T photo, and my birth name and my birth gender. So it's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. I kind of just pretend it doesn't happen. So yeah, yeah, that's about it. That's all I got to update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next month, and I'm trying to make these videos on time, so this should be up in the morning. Alright.